Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of our journey together. I'm Emma, and I want to start today by saying thank you. I've been looking at how many of you are listening from all over the world, and it makes me so happy to know we are all connected through this language. Today, we are going to talk about a monster. Not a real monster, but a language monster that lives in our heads. It's called the fear of making mistakes. I know exactly how you feel. You want to speak, but you are afraid that you will say the wrong word or use the wrong tense, and people will think you are, well, not very smart. Let me tell you a story from my own life that changed the way I look at mistakes forever. The story: the dinner party disaster. A few years ago, I was invited to a dinner party with a group of native English speakers. I was so nervous. I wanted to impress everyone with my perfect English. During the dinner, the host served a delicious chocolate cake. I wanted to say that the cake was very filling, which means it makes your stomach feel full quickly. But because I was so nervous, I mixed up my words. I looked at the host, smiled, and said, "Thank you so much. This cake is very filthy." Now, for those who don't know, filthy means very, very dirty or disgusting. It is a very bad word to describe food. The whole table went silent. The host looked shocked. I felt my face turn as red as a tomato. I wanted to disappear under the table. But then, my friend laughed and said, "Emma, do you mean filling?" I realized my mistake. We all laughed together, and you know what? That mistake became the icebreaker for the whole night. Everyone started sharing their own embarrassing stories. By making a huge mistake, I actually made more friends. Tip 1. The communication over perfection rule. Here is the lesson. The goal of English is communication, not perfection. If I hadn't said anything at all because I was afraid of mistakes, I would have sat in silence all night. I wouldn't have made any friends. Even though I used a filthy word, people understood my intent. The tip: when you speak, focus on your message. If the other person understands what you want, you have succeeded. Don't let the fear of a small grammar mistake stop the flow of your conversation. Tip 2. Mistakes are data. I want you to start looking at mistakes differently. Think of a mistake as data. When I said filthy instead of filling, my brain learned that difference forever. I have never made that mistake again. Why? Because the emotion of that moment made the lesson stick. Every time you get a verb tense wrong and someone corrects you, your brain gets a little bit stronger. If you never make mistakes, you are only practicing what you already know. You aren't growing. To grow, you must fail a little bit every day. Tip 3. Use safety phrases. If you are very worried about making mistakes in a professional setting, use what I call safety phrases. You can start a sentence by saying, "I'm still practicing my English, so please let me know if I use the wrong word." When you say this, the pressure disappears. Most native speakers will be very kind and will actually help you find the right words. It makes the conversation a team effort instead of a solo performance. Interlude: a question for you. I want you to think about this for a moment. What is the most embarrassing mistake you have ever made in English? Don't be ashamed of it. I want you to be proud of it. It means you were brave enough to try. Tell me your funny mistake story in the comments. Let's create a wall of mistakes where we can laugh together and learn from each other. Tip 4. The 3-second rule. Sometimes we stop speaking because we are searching for the perfect word. We stand there in silence for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and it feels awkward. Try the 3-second rule. If you can't find the perfect word in 3 seconds, use a simple word. Instead of searching for the word magnificent, just say good. Instead of searching for exhausted, just say tired. Keep the conversation moving. You can always learn the fancy word later, but for now, keep the rhythm going. Closing for part 3. So, my friends, the next time you feel that monster of fear in your throat, remember my chocolate cake story. Be filthy brave. Make the mistake, laugh about it, and keep going. In our next episode, part 4, I'm going to tell you a story about a person I met on a train who taught me a secret technique for remembering vocabulary. It's a very special method that doesn't involve any boring lists. Thank you for spending this time with me. You are doing a great job. And remember, your mistakes are just stepping stones on your path to greatness. I'll see you in part 4. Goodbye for now.